Hello dear viewer, so I just finished editing this video and I just need to apologize in advance. If you just came to this video to watch a couple Americans try some haggis and like go to some lochs and check out castles and do all sorts of cool stuff like that, then that happens later on in the video and you might just want to skip the first 20 seconds or so. Thanks. Let's get down to business. Hello Alison, you wanted a letter, so I'll give you one. I'm here with Lex, and hey look, it's Natalie! And you can bet that very soon, Alison, I'll make a letter for you. Hello Alison, sorry for singing to you, but I really hope that I got that song stuck in your head. We went and picked up Natalie from Edinburgh last night. We're showing her around Stirling, and I know you said you wanted to Skype and hang out with us, but instead we decided to show you around Stirling virtually. We're gonna go check out Stirling Castle. What else are we gonna do?
Whiskey.
Alright Alison, we'll find whiskey for her later. But first we're gonna have a little dose of history because that's the Stirling Castle behind me. That's a little statue of Robert the Bruce. And we're gonna walk around and check it out and I'm gonna tell you all about history and it's gonna bore the shit out of you. But I hope you like it. So we just did a little walking tour of the castle and we're currently standing in what's called the outer close, which is like the outdoor courtyard. It houses the Great Hall. And as you can see, it's got this like yellow tone to it. Well, everything in the castle originally would have had that tone. Historic Scotland, the organization that actually takes care of the castle, they spent over £50 million restoring this to what it would have been like 500 years ago. When you're inside the Queen's apartment, it looks like what it would have looked like. And they rewove these tapestries that are called the Unicorn Hunt. Oh yeah, and I also forgot to mention, our guide while we were doing the walking tour was hilarious. He was very animated.
To his pride and his arrogance, the wars of the Covenant here in Scotland, the Civil War in England, he lost the crown, he lost the monarchy, and he lost his head, all in one fell swoop.
Unfortunately, it's 3:30, which means it's already starting to get dark, but we're going to continue the adventure tomorrow. Where are we going tomorrow?
On a
She
day
doesn't
trip.
know.
We're going on a day trip somewhere.
Before we go, I just wanted to give you another beautiful view of Stirling. And all that greenery behind me is King's Park. It's where you see me walking in a lot of my videos. That's our little neighborhood. Our house is right there. Good morning, Alison. I'm going to apologize about the video yesterday. I know. Oh, you all right?
Did you catch that?
I certainly hope so. I'm gonna apologize about the video yesterday. I haven't even looked at the film yet, but I know that it probably sucks. It's just really hard to film inside of a castle, you know? And in honor of that, we've come to Doune Castle. And I'm actually really happy. I know we've done Doune Castle before, but I've got a lot of messages on YouTube, people asking me to do it a little bit more in depth. So, yeah, you get to have that. So Doune Castle's famous for being an Outlander, and if you watch the very first scene that you get to Castle Leoch, that takes place right here. And then, fun part over here, in Monty Python and the Holy Grail, when you come up to the castle and there's the French Taunter, this is the little hill that they run up, you know, on their horses. And then the French Taunter sits right up there. And if you go back and check out the scene, which I'll link in the description, you can tell they actually had to rebuild part of the ramparts up there. And this tower right here, this big, tall gate tower, that's the tower that Bran climbs up in Game of Thrones when he falls off after seeing Cersei and Jaime while they're, you know, doing their thing. And this is pretty fun. You can see there's this little piece right there. That's actually part of the Duke's chambers, and that was actually his, you know, bathroom. And also, just a side note, Natalie chose the worst time of year to come here.
Or the best.
Because today is literally the coldest day that we've had all year, and this week happens to have the shortest days of all year. So like the sun rose at 8:40 this morning, and it's going to set at 3:40. So we have 7 hours of daylight and then 17 hours of night.
Look at the cute little brambles. They're all frozen.
Yeah, there's a bit of a magical winter wonderland thing going on. Ah! Oh God.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
Oh my God.
There's a lot of ice. So we're standing in the inner courtyard, and part of what makes this location so interesting for films, this whole area is empty, but it never was supposed to be. It just never got finished. You can see the remnants over there that was never completed. It was supposed to be a series of apartments, and there was supposed to be a big palace over there, but it just never got completed in time. We're standing in the kitchen. One of the interesting details is all these marks were from the chef's knives. They would use these stones to sharpen them. And this giant thing over here was a huge fireplace, complete with the world's scariest giant void of a chimney. What's happening right now, Natalie?
There's a bird in the closet of the castle. But we're gonna catch him and we're gonna save him.
Yeah, we're gonna save you.
You can do it, love.
I can.
Did you get him, love?
I did, I got him.
He's kind of scared.
Yeah, he's very scared. Now let's go take you outside.
We're standing in a castle and my girlfriend just captured a bird to save its life. It's fitting that I started this video with a song from a Disney princess movie.
Here we go. Yay!
We saved a bird. These are the Duke's chambers, and that's the little door I was talking about that leads to nowhere. And the way the bathrooms worked here is like you just had a little seat with a hole cut out, and you just kind of did your business, and it fell. Pretty sanitary. Now we're standing in the inner Great Hall. This was the private Great Hall for just the Duke and Duchess. And you can see above me, there's like all these things on the wall. There used to be beams, and this was actually 2 stories. And also proof that it's so cold. There's icicles inside. All right, Alison, we made it to our next stop. We're in a little town called Killin. And behind me there, you can see the beginnings of the Falls of Dochart.
Beautiful. You have to come.
It's a little less waterfall-y and more like river rapidy, but it's still beautiful. It's a little hard getting out here, but it was worth it. Also, it sucks. I totally fell and I didn't get it on camera, so I'm sorry.
None of us saw it.
But we're going to another waterfall now, so maybe I'll slip and fall there and I'll get that one on camera for you. So we've reached our next destination. We've been here once before, but we went for Jesse, and now we have a friend, so it's that much more special. Called the Falloch Falls. It's not dirty when you have the... Hey Alison, guess what? We've reached the bonny banks of Loch Lomond. This is the largest freshwater body on the island of Great Britain by surface area. 27 square miles of surface of water. Little islands that you see, there's a bunch of them all over the loch. And experts estimate that there's between 30 and 38, but some people say there's up to 60. And the problem is that nobody knows because you can only find some of them once the water level drops. A lot of them are called crannogs, which means that they were built prehistorically and they're man-made little islands. And you can see that little snowy peak over there, that's Ben Lomond. Its elevation is 3,000 feet at the peak, which means it's technically what's called a Munro here, and that's the southernmost Munro in Scotland.
Pretty
There
badass.
are no words. It's amazing.
Yeah, so that means you gotta come. Get over here. So we made it to the shores, and normally they're way over there, but there's been a lot of storms here recently. Like, we just had a storm Desmond. It was huge. There was flooding everywhere. So the shores of Loch Lomond are right here. We're currently walking over the loch. So here's a view. This used to be a picnic area. But as you can tell, it's just part of the lake now. Good morning, Alison. It's the third and final day of Natalie's trip. She's about to head down to London. And although she's done a lot of really cool Scottish stuff, you know, seen lochs and castles, tried a good whiskey, met some interesting, awesome Scottish folk, there's one Scottish thing she's yet to do, and that's try haggis. And to be honest, I haven't tried haggis either, and as a refresher of what it actually is, you start by taking a sheep's stomach and you boil it, and then you turn it inside out. Then you take the sheep's heart, liver, and lungs, which is called the pluck, and you grind that up with a bunch of oatmeal and some onion, and then you shove it in the stomach, and you cook it, which sounds terrifying, but I'm gonna give it a shot. So here's the haggis.
God, it looks foul.
Yeah, so we have the haggis, and then this is a cream whiskey mustard sauce. We were supposed to do neeps and tatties, but I don't want to do turnips, so it's just mashed potatoes.
I'm gonna hurl.
So you'll notice we took small portions because we were a little afraid. Alright, you guys gotta try it on 3.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Actually, it's good. The thought of it is the worst part.
Yeah, just
How
don't
does it
think
taste
about
like?
what you're eating, but it tastes kind of like meatloaf or something.
Yeah, with the gaminess at the back.
Hmm.
There's a little. You just know
Oh.
that's the lung.
Oh yeah. There.
Yeah, there it is. Oh God.
Oh yeah, that's not.
Tastes like
not.
mothballs.
1, 2, 3, go.
Not what I expected at all.
No.
Get the full range.
Whoa. The flavor changes.
Yep.
It hits you right here.
Yep.
My eyes are watering a bit. It's not bad, it's just not good.
No way. That's it. I'm throwing it in. Let's be honest. This was a bad call.
It's not breakfast. Alright, I think I'm gonna switch to some pastries. Yeah. Cheese Danish sounds good. She ate all of hers. Look at that.
A true Scot.
It's really not bad. I don't know. I don't think it's that bad with
You-
the potatoes. With the potatoes.
Do you want mine?
I don't think so.
Alright, Alison, that's all we got for you today. I hope some of what we did actually translates on video, but the thing about this country is that, like, you have to be here to experience it. It's like Sappho has this quote, and I'm probably gonna butcher it, but it goes something along the lines of, you know, being drunk is something that's experienced. Wine can't be explained to a sober person. And that's kind of how Scotland is. Like, you just have to be in Scotland to enjoy it. Like yesterday when we were driving home from Loch Lomond, there was frost all over the grass and the trees, and it just stretched on for a mile. But of course, it doesn't look like anything on film, but it was magical while we were there. So yeah, what do you think about your Scotland adventure so far?
Oh, it's been amazing. I'm sad it's coming to an end.
Yeah, so get out here. Come on. It'll be fun.
Do it.
Bye.
Bye.
We love you.
Love you.
3, 2, 1.